Hi guys, welcome to the briefing for this first stage. Today, there's a long time trial on the program. Unsurprisingly, victory should go to a specialist of the discipline.
We have the last rider at the start of this individual time trial. He'll do his utmost to produce the best time. Come on, let's give him a hand.
It is a route built for pure rouleurs, with long false flats where power does the talking. Try to find the right tempo. Keep it up. You're coming to a more difficult portion. It goes up in 2 steps, so don't hit red straight away. Come on, step on the pedal to pick up speed. Go! Go! It's more or less flat out all the way to the finish. Go full out! Go! Go! The intermediate time check is in 1 kilometer. Go! 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 5 kilometers! It's downhill! Give it your all! Full out! Go! Go on! Only 3 kilometers left! Go! Go! Come on, there's a little bump. Ride out of the saddle to avoid losing speed. Come on! Only 1 kilometer left! It's almost over. Grip those teeth!
Well done, lads. You rode a very good stage today. Finishing in the top 5, even though the stage didn't suit us, is extremely satisfying. Hi guys, let's start the briefing for this stage. The main thing to grasp today is that the route is flat and it harbors no particular difficulties. A sprint finish is more than likely.
Hello everyone. This is a high-tension stage that is set before the riders. If breakaway candidates pay dearly for their place at the front, the main actors of the overall standings should also not go untouched by the stress of the narrow roads that they will follow. Things are livening up at the head of the peloton.
Virtually, he takes the lead of the overall standings.
The time gap with the head of the race is stable. The race leaders will soon attack their first climb of the day, the Côte d'Arbois, classified as third category.
His teammates are accelerating. He's no doubt asked them to reel in the counterattack to avoid too big a breakaway. His teammates have already started the pursuit, no doubt aiming for a sprint finish. The head of the race is 5 kilometers from the intermediate sprint.
The time gap between the peloton and the breakaway is decreasing.
The breakaway is upping the tempo at the head of the race. It doesn't intend to be caught up that easily. Here's the winner of the intermediate sprint.
The breakaway is losing ground.
His teammates have positioned themselves at the head of the peloton. They will no doubt manage the gap so as to finish in a sprint. It's the Yellow Jerseys team that's taking on the chase of the breakaway. He's the fastest sprinter in the leading group. Here's the positions over the last climb.
The breakaway is losing ground.
His teammates have positioned themselves at the head of the peloton. They will no doubt manage the gap so as to finish in a sprint.
The front of the race is entering the last 50 kilometers. The sequence of climbs will be decisive, but riders will have to stay clear-headed on the final descent into Oyonnax. Last time check with the breakaway, 1 minute. There will be 5 mountain points for the rider who's first over the top.
For now, he's the virtual yellow jersey. He's got his team riding to set up a sprint finish. This is not the time to hang around at the back of the peloton. The gap is decreasing, guys. The peloton should be there for the stage win.
The riders are all back together. Everything will be played out in the final kilometers. The last climb will be decisive. The best tactic is to ride as if the finish was adjudged at the top, because afterwards it's downhill all the way. Alone at the top of the Col du Sentier no doubt offers the greatest chance of victory today, but it won't be easy to give the peloton the slip.
yellow jersey was in danger, but he's once again leading the overall standings. Last kilometer, you've got to sprint.
He will climb onto the podium.
Well done, guys. It's a nice podium place today. I was expecting to see you towards the front, but not necessarily on the podium. Once again, well done. Hi guys, let's start the briefing for this stage. Today is a tiring route, where the closing kilometers should suit the punchers, and an opportunity to lead the general classification. We're amongst the...
Hello everyone. The stage on today's menu is not very difficult. Unfortunately for the sprinters, the uphill finish should seriously reduce their chances of raising their arms. He was itching to have a go. He's already on the attack. He can ride all day long on the flat. It would be hard to say that he's in his element on short climbs or sprints.
In front, he's the best placed in the overall standings. This stage must be a part of his objectives, because his teammates are already managing the time gap. Breakaway riders are increasing the gap. They are not dangerous for the overall standings. We can let them go.
The riders commenced the major challenges of the day. The Col de Tresvant and the Col de la Croix de Mouny. These two passes seem too far from the finish for a decisive attack to be attempted. The head of the race has 1.5 minutes lead on the peloton.
The breakaway threatens the overall standings. He's decided to get his guys to put their foot down.
The first rider to the top of the climb will pocket 5 points towards the mountain standings.
Change at the top of the provisional general standings. The leader's team will have to make its mark. His teammates are accelerating. They're no doubt readying the intermediate sprint.
breakaway is losing its lead. It's going to be difficult for them.
Here's the winner of the intermediate sprint.
The head of the race has 1.5 minutes lead on the peloton.
The breakaway shouldn't widen the gap too much because he's got his teammates to ride. His teammates are also taking part in the pursuit of the breakaway. The breakaway is unlikely to go all the way, guys. Watch out for counter moves.
The head of the race is attacking the final climb of the day. The Côte de Cantaine, classified as third category. There will be 2 and 1 points of the mountain standings.
Last 10 kilometers. We are heading for a grouped finish. Try to take points for the green jersey. "10 kilometers from the finish, guys. Stay well placed to be able to tackle for the final short climb in a good position." Just 5 more kilometers. Stay well positioned to avoid losing time due to a break.
The last 3 kilometers before the finish are uphill. Victory will require having something left in the tank. He's trying to get out. Watch out! Breakaway over.
Being left behind. It's good news for the overall standing.
He is in sparkling form, and we can say
Well done, guys. It's a nice podium place today. I was expecting to see you towards the front, but not necessarily on the podium. Once again, well... Hi, guys.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. A grandiose mountain stage lies before us today. With the Col du Porte d'Aspet, the Col de la Cour, the Porte de l'Es, and the dreaded final climb to the Plateau de Bay, we're bound to have a great show. The mountains don't scare him. He's already trying to escape. He does well on short climbs, but he can't really rely on his sprint qualities to hope for a win. He's a luxury teammate. He'll do his utmost to help his leader.
The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed. There's plenty of damage at the back of the peloton. It will be a long day in the saddle for those who fall behind. The counter-attacking group can't be allowed to merge. Otherwise, there'll be too many of you and the peloton will continue to ride hard. You should perhaps be waiting for the group behind. It will be easier if there are several of you. You were first over the top of the climb. That's good. A teammate is beginning to lose touch.
He's more of a climber, but he's far from competing on level terms with the top names of the Tour.
You're the biggest threat to the yellow jersey at the front of the race.
The Col de la Cour is getting close for the men at the front. It's a 14-kilometer climb with an average of 5.7%.
He doesn't seem to want to let you have more of a lead, and his teammates are pushing hard. It's going to be a game of cat and mouse.
The first 6 to the top will score points for the polka dot jersey. The first one will pocket 10 points.
You should perhaps be waiting for the group behind. It will be easier if there are several of you. You were first over the top of the climb. That's good. You've just taken the top spot of the climber standings. That's good. Keep it up. There's not a lot going on. If this was a video game, I'd advance the clock to the last difficulty. His teammates are managing the time gap to allow you no more of a lead, probably with their eye on the overall standings. The breakaway threatens the overall standings. He's decided to get his guys to put their foot down. Here's the winner of the intermediate sprint.
I'll go full out on the relay.
I reckon we've got too many guys who've broken away. He doesn't want to get caught out, and his teammates will surely ride us down.
Now it's the Port de l'Est that's facing the riders. A 13-kilometer climb at an average of 6%.
A teammate is beginning to lose touch. The tempo is increasing at the head of the race. The breakaway riders will try and manage the time gap. New provisional leader. It's still a rider from the team. The yellow jersey is 1 minute 30 away from you.
The breakaway is increasing its lead over the yellow jersey, but there's no worry as it contains no big guns for the overall standings.
Okay, I'm coming to protect you.
Here's the positions over the last climb.
The descent will allow riders to recover. They will then have to manage their efforts as best they can in order to attack the final climb to the plateau of the bay with maximum energy. For that, it's best not to be alone in the valley.
His team is riding for the overall standings. The front of the race will struggle to widen the gap.
The yellow jersey group is 1 minute from the head of the race. The front runners are at the foot of the final climb. 15.8 kilometers at an average of 7.9%.
Okay, I'll put in a big acceleration.
The ramps are very steep and are easily above 9% as of the first kilometers. The gap is 1 minute between the favourites and the guy in the front.
An attack! We've got to react! He's dangerous!
The gap between the favourites group and the front is 30 seconds.
Okay, but I won't be very effective because I'm full out.
You are 30 seconds ahead of the favourites group.
Okay, I'll consume a feed.
A teammate has just been dropped. You can't count on him any longer. Change of leader in the overall youth standings.
Okay, I'll consume a feed.
Ten kilometers for the lead riders.
Oh, another 10 kilometers to retain the jersey.
Acceleration at the front of the peloton. No falling asleep. The head of the race has 1.5 minutes lead on the yellow jersey. Another 2 kilometers for the lead rider. Victory is within his grasp.
Okay, I'll consume a feed.
The breakaway is 1 kilometer from the finishing line. He's got his teammates riding because in front there's a rider who's dangerous to him in the overall standings.
We can say that
We were aiming for a top 10 place on this stage, and we failed. It's a pity.